Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we are back with a Zelda classic quest. This is called Ballad of a Bloodline. This is a quest I do have some experience playing off camera a long time ago. And the description for this quest was like, oh, if you wanted to have Zelda like flipped on its head. In other words, if you want to bomb trees and burn rocks, like use the candle on rocks and stuff. And while those things do happen, long ago in Hyrule was a state of peace and prosperity. While those things do happen... Oh, I have to press... Oh, I have to remember what my A button actually is. That's what I need to do. It's been too long since I've done this. People had nothing to do besides fishing, milking cows, smelling flowers, singing songs, playing with the elements, and loving. Only some parents were sad, whose children left Hyrule in search of adventure, treasure, and mystery. Oh my, the peace was shattered by a horrible war that broke out between Hyrule and another land. Almost every Hyrulean died during that time. Hope was fading fast for the land of Hyrule. Everyone began to succumb to fear, poverty, idiocy, and cowardice. So yeah, it sounds like kind of a neat premise. And a hero appeared. This sounds like a neat premise too. The problem is, well, you'll also get the... Well, you might have to look up a guide on how to get it, because I think it involves a one of those maze patterns, but there's no hint at what the maze pattern is. This game ends up being very, very cryptic, even with the Lens of Truth. I remember getting stuck in like the second main dungeon for the longest time, because even the Lens of Truth won't even reveal all the hidden paths, because some of the hidden paths are just like a little mark on the screen that makes it look like something is kind of off. But the graphics of this game are so detailed that, you know, there's tons of different marks like that. Things that are bigger that will look like you could interact with have no interaction whatsoever. And other things that look like you shouldn't interact with do. The game is very cryptic, and I just remember having a very frustrating time with the game. But we're back. We're going to try this again. So the King of Hyrule ordered his people to never leave Hyrule. Well, there's a solution for you. With this law, the people would be protected from otherworldly beasts. The only easy way out is protected by a seal that could only be broken by the sword. The legendary sword of the hero. The Master Sword. And you probably need those pendants as well. A very neat premise to the story, I'm not going to lie. Of course, there are still those whose adventurous spirit yearn to find the legendary sword and the powers that aided the two sides during the war. Two of them are the young Nil and his girlfriend Myra. This is their story. This is their ballad. And this is like very advanced to have in thing. This is also the deluxe version, which I think is a little bit more updated than what I last played when I last tried it. That's by Cast Chaos and Twilight Night. How do I don't know how I do anything. Ah, there we go. Wake up. Oh, we're Nil. How will such a lazy boy escape from Hyrule? Nil! Wake up. I'm awake. Good morning, Nil. At last you got up. It's almost sunrise. Good morning, my sweetie. I wish I could say that I was dreaming about you, but I had bad dreams again. How'd you sleep? I had nightmares too, my dear. I'm sure that boredom does this. We need to find some clue on how to leave Hyrule. Come on. I know that you are planning it for years. Look, I am 18 and you are 16. Guess. We can marry now. Yes, but I thought about adventure. Come on, you want it too? I know, Nil. Alright. I was already planning it, but it's too dangerous for you, my sweetie. Our roads sadly... Hey, don't cry. Okay. I will watch out for you. Not like we had any weapons yet. That's why I want to give you a present. I found it west from here, near the Lost Woods at Kokiri Forest. Use it for good. So, references for Zelda. We've been given the Deku Shield. Protect from rocks and arrows, but don't set it on fire. I don't think you can ever lose that. Has some safety. And there's even more. I asked my father to smith a sword for you. It won't be just a stick, though. You will use it in the upcoming dungeon. So, let's head to my house north from here. A legendary blade is held in the sanctuary, but we can't get it now. It's locked up, and nobody can touch it anyways. I found a good book in the library, but it's in the closed section. We need to find a way there and do some exploring too. Well said, my love. I hope it will be a happy adventure. Alright. So yeah, we have our little shield thing. We have a lot of stuff here. Can I get the boots? I can't get the boots. So yeah, I remember some things about this game. I remember being frustrated constantly about where to go. Even when you get the Lens of Truth, it's still... Like, the lens will drain your MP as well, which is another thing. I think this game relies very heavily on the Lens of Truth, and I think if you're going to do that, you should make it so that the Lens of Truth doesn't consume MP or consume anything. Let it just be free. And make it easier to obtain than what it's obtainable in this game. I can look in the mirror. I can pretty myself up, make sure I'm all ready to go here. But yeah, if this sounds like your cup of tea, maybe my opinion was this was always a more cryptic adventure than what it should have been. I do think the graphics are pretty neat. I mean, you can see we have turkey on the table, candles going, other things moving in the background. And, hey, it didn't happen this way. What are we talking about here? But if you like that sort of stuff, you know, maybe give this one a try. You might enjoy this one. I mean, I'm here attempting it again. Who's that? Myra? Where's Nira? I'm falling apart. What's wrong, Nell? There are, as you can see, cutscenes in this game. A lot of work and effort was put into this. Oh my goodness, it's an enemy from Final Fantasy IV. Ah yes, this monster is trying to corrupt our memories. I kill it with the 3 artifacts and the Master Sword. I have the Master Sword. It sure was the guardian of the portal, sweetie. Mira, no, my dear. I saw its memories while it tried to get in me. This is a bane of all Hyrulean life forms. Was freed by Vati and wanted to use us to destroy this world and make somebody called Sephiroth into God. We've really gone off the deep end here with the storytelling. Many evil dwells in this land. Then let us leave quickly, my love. And so Nil and Nira left Hyrule in the hands of many evil beings who's eventually completely destroyed it. But Nil and Nira were having wonderful times in exotic worlds, never getting homesick. Why Nira? What about Myra? Oh hey, I can still launch sword beams with my Master Sword that I somehow got. I think in some of these games you either have to hold right or down and press the A button to advance cutscenes sometimes. Oh. How about that? The end. Well then, I guess it's time for my final grade of the quest. I've kind of mentioned like a lot of the crypticness of the game, even once you get the Lens of Truth. This is still kind of an era where magic pickups are kind of difficult to come by. And as you saw, our magic bar also starts really small. Maybe the DX version changes that a little bit. Oh, how about that? I finished a custom quest. We found an ending. So, but I'm going to give this game overall a D. You might like it. However, I did not, which that's what D stands for. So we're going to put this quest to bed. And maybe we'll do some more Zelda Classic a bit later on. I am looking forward to getting back into Zelda Classic, as I mentioned. But for now, well, actually, yeah, we're putting this game to bed. This has been Late Night Mega. Good night, everyone.